right? So I am writing down basically that the community doesn't need any official organism, any official group of people, elite controlling anything. Like the community kind of develop itself alone with like people alone share feedbacks and give each other props. Like I was talking with Swimo, and Swimo, I think she was so on point, because she was saying to me, giving props is maintaining the culture alive. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, it is. Giving props is definitely a very important part of hip hop. It's just a way for everyone to come together in a community and express themselves and get validation. Um, of course, you're talking about this aspect of the dance, but we still have to acknowledge historically where it came from. It came from poverty and rough times and rough community. So amongst living in a tough time, this form of validation that you're not getting through normal society or the mainstream is very important. So
Can you repeat that, please? Can you repeat that?
The validation that you're not getting from mainstream society,
Yeah.
you're getting in hip hop, but in a different way based on your skills. Or even not even, sometimes not even skill, but just putting yourself out there. You know, there's people that just watch other dancers and they get so captivated because they feel more confident and they dance in the circle. And they're not the dancers, but they get props because they went in the cipher. When you think of a cipher, you think of a circle, right? 360 degrees. Like you said earlier, even if you're not dancing, you're participating in the cipher because you're holding that energy within the circle. So for someone to go inside the circle, in itself, you can get props. So the whole purpose of validating yourself and someone giving you props and you giving others props, that's how the community and that's how the hood operates. Because we're not going to get that from the mainstream.
Yeah.
And when you do get it from the mainstream, oftentimes you become a sellout or, you're a caricature of hip hop, but not what's truly authentic on the ground level.
I heard once that it was I heard Kerswan saying that. I think it was in the, I don't know where, what he was saying, like kind of if you say like if you say I'm good, I am not saying I'm good. He's saying I am good. It's like and if we go down the street and nobody's giving props, like we are two people, like we have nothing, but if I am good because he's saying I'm good, and he need with somebody who is good, so like everything changes in that.
Exactly.
And
it helps you to want to develop to get better,
yeah, and then that is like my motivation was just to to write down that the community, the New York City community, because I'm writing about the community there, which is probably in many other communities around the world, but I am writing about New York, has enough tools to, with this feedback, with this interaction between people, without any big organism, any big power thing, has tools to teach each other and transmit transmit the knowledge from one generation to another generation, and putting people in their places. So kind of so so basically, if like the community, so for people that want to know, and for other communities too, because it's a urban community. Okay, so actually, this is not only for me. This is not only how hip hop community work, but how any oral tradition, how any community, like any oral community work. Like,
Yeah.
so what I'm trying to write is like, if you want to, for example, to learn something, okay, normally and more and more in Europe, like I guess in USA too, like you are like pushed to go to a the organism, yeah, to a dance class, to kind of official place, because in the official place you gotta have the best thing. And I'm not saying I am not against that, but if you really want to know what's going on, like what is, if you're talking about culture, and it's a community that it's a community where this thing comes from, you gotta go where the source comes from, which is, yeah, which is basically where it lives, in the community. Yeah. So yeah, it was all about that.
What you're saying is correct. Everything we see today in terms of classes, workshops, um, all this other stuff is just a byproduct of economics and dancers trying to make themselves more viable. But once you remove all that and you get straight to the original concept of just dancing or battling or exchanging, whatever you want to call it, you have to go to the source, because like you said, there's no official person saying that's right, that's wrong, you shouldn't be doing it like this. The majority especially in the African American community, the majority of people that we consider iconic broke all the norms that people said they shouldn't have been doing. In itself, hip hop.
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that?
The majority of iconic people in the black community or the urban community are a result of them breaking the molds or the norms of what society said, quote unquote, is correct or not correct. Right? So you take, even if you want to predate hip hop and you talk about Miles Davis and Duke Ellington and James Brown, they were told that, what are you guys doing? That's not music. You're not doing it the right way. You're not doing it the right way. They had to break from that and do what they were doing. And it became iconic.
You mean the hip hop pioneers? You mean hip hop pioneers?
No, even before that.
You mean the first people who started to use James Brown music and flip it, or what do you mean?
I mean James Brown, Miles Davis.
You mean them, the art? Okay. Yeah.
All the people were told what they were doing was not good.
Okay.
They were rejected initially, but them keep doing what they were doing, it became iconic. Same thing with hip hop. In the beginning, people were looking at hip hop like dirt, but the community knew what it was. It was organic. It was raw energy. It was creativity. Kids from the hood didn't have art in the schools, so they did graffiti. They didn't have dance classes, so they created this dance. They didn't have instruments, so they DJ. So it all comes full circle, now it's full circle.
What do you mean by full cycle? You mean like why
The concept of the concept of this being cultivated in the community.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like that back then, and it's still like that now. It's not going to change. We're always going to have to go to the source because that's where the energy is most rawest. It's not filtered. It's not there's no upper echelon entity like you said saying this is how that should be or this is how this should be. It's whatever you feel, And we have our own parameters within the dance of certain things. We have certain things, but still, it was created in the community.
I was talking with Suimo regarding like this concept of the source, like the music and the form of the dance. We were talking about breaking, strictly breaking, like the form of the dance that emerged from the mid 70s. Like nowadays, the form, the music has changed much. But this could be, there's we always trends, right? Maybe that's always trend because in 10 years it's a trend, and then the music or the forms change, and it's another trend, it's another trend, it's another trend. But what will never be a trend is the initial energy that gave birth to the whole thing will never be a trend because that is the raw essence of the whole thing. So that will last forever. So in